Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We appreciate you tuning in on this beautiful Colorado morning. So behind me is a brand new stock combo. These stock combos do not last long. The versatility of these trailers is so awesome, and we just try to keep coming up with new concepts, new tack setups, just overall options on these trailers, just because, again, everybody kind of wants them. They fit really well if you're using it for horse applications, livestock, and then also using it for toys as well. So we'll take a look at this trailer. It's a 2023 Logan coach. It's 26 foot on the floor. We'll take a look at the drawing just to kind of give you a general layout of this trailer. Like I mentioned, 26 foot on the floor. We have a slant wall front tack room on this one with dual access doors that we'll show you. It is 7'3" wide, that's standard width on a Logan coach, and then it's 7 foot tall. Now, again, every one of these is a little bit different. We do some different setups. We do this in a straight wall. We'll do these in a trainer tack setups. So a lot of different ways we can set these trailers up. But every one of these Logans is a galvanized steel frame aluminum body. So you have that strength of that galvanized steel frame. It's not gonna rust like black steel will. You actually have a lifetime corrosion warranty, being the first owner of this trailer. The other thing is you're gonna have an 8-year structure warranty, 2-year hardware warranty, 1 year no questions asked warranty on the wheels and tires from Lion's Head. That's the vendor that Logan uses. We're familiar with them on the Cimarron side, but Logan's actually teamed up with them here fairly recently as well. And then they cap it off with the aluminum skin, lightens it up, but it gives it that aluminum trailer look to it. One of the things that I really enjoy most about these Logans is this Vortex lining. You'll see this incorporated throughout the trailer as we're walking through it, but Vortex lining is like a bed liner. It's really strong, it's really durable. We heard at the SEMA show, they took a cinder block, Vortex lined it, and threw it off a 3-story building, and it bounced. So they use it throughout the trailer. I really like it underneath this gooseneck drop wall. Road blast usually hits these really hard and just kind of beats up the front of these trailers. I've noticed when Logans come back in, we don't see it near as much. If you live down gravel roads, dirt roads, we don't see it, again, nearly as much there. Not to say you can't dent this stuff, but now we've drastically reduced that from happening. On this, because it's a 26 footer, we opted to go ahead and put a hydraulic jack on this one. You know, again, you load this up with tack, you're needing to get it on or off the truck. It's just nice to be able to reach up and push a button rather than hand cranking. With that, you get an aluminum battery box on this one here. Oh, we might be a little frozen this morning here in Colorado. This houses the battery behind it, and then over here to the left, or excuse me, the right, left is as you're looking from the back of the trailer, but this right here is our battery disconnect. So when we park this trailer, if you reach up here and turn this to the off position, now we kill all power. So if you accidentally leave a tack light on, stall light on, we're not actually draining the battery that's in this battery box. And then when you come to hook it up, you have no juice. So that's never fun, but that's the last thing you do when you unhook this trailer, is just reach up there and turn that off. Now this tack setup, these have become so popular. We're really putting a lot of emphasis, even on our 3 and 4 horse, 5 horse, 6 horse slant load trailers, is this type of a tack setup. These dual entry. So again, we do this on a straight wall as well. This one's on a slant. But this way, if you're tacking up on either side, whoever you're traveling with, they have a side, you have a side. It works really, really well. It's the exact same setup on both sides. You get a nice big heavy duty door from Logan. You get a 4-tree blanket pole rack on the door, brush tray. Right now it's accumulating a lot of snow, but it's great for like fly sprays, any of your liniments, brushes, hoof picks, any of that stuff is great to set right in here. It just kind of keeps it nice and organized. Then you're gonna get a swing out saddle rack, 4-tier. So you have exact same setup on the other side. So you have the ability to put 8 saddles in this trailer. These are removable, so if you don't want all 4 on each side, you can remove some if you want, mess with the spacing, but really handy to be able to swing it in and out. And then as we step in here, one of the things that we did on passenger side is actually put this boot box. So we only put it halfway across. And that's just because of the slant wall of this trailer and just being able to walk in and out. If we run this all the way across, now we're getting in this door opening, or we have to add additional length to move the door back itself. But this is another great place for smaller items to throw in there. You know, keep kind of organized and keep contained as you're in, you know, in transit itself, but also it works as a great step to get up into the gooseneck. You've got windows, LED lights, you can see out, create a cross breeze. Great place to throw a mattress, bedroll, sleeping bags, anything like that, or other items you can throw up in that area. And there's a clothes rod up here as well, so you can hang some clothes, keeping them nice and tidy. Just so you're not just throwing them on the deck, they can actually hang right there. I'll show you the other side of this tack when we get to the other side of the trailer. But if we look at the partition wall behind it, you see all the bridle hooks there, carpet behind them as well. And then there's a 35-gallon corner water tank back behind this saddle rack. And honestly, that's wasted space. It's a really odd angle, so those corner water tanks work great back there. And it's great to be able to actually carry some water on board with you. Whether you're going to a trailhead, going to an event where the hydrant's a long ways away, just in general, just traffic. I mean, if you get in a traffic jam somewhere, you need to be able to get some water to the horses or anything like that, you've got that. It's gravity feed. So all you do is just put a hose that you saw in those bridle hooks down there. I would actually fill my buckets up out here. I like a little bit longer hose with the ball valve. You can fill up out here, you're not lugging them in and out of this tack room. And then this color here, white is standard, but this is the slate gray. So there's a lot of different combinations. There's silver, there's charcoal metallic, there's black. Again, white standard. So if you jump up to one of those other colors, there's no additional charge with the exception of black. There is an upcharge for the black sheeted trailers. But this one here is a little bit different. We did the slate gray on this one. You'll notice button lights on the top rail. That's become standard on Logan's here recently as well. Very small power draw, but put off a lot of lighting for you. You've got an 8-inch awning light in the middle there. So as you can see with all these tie rings, if you're tacking up on either side of this, I'll show you on the other side when you get to that one as well, but you have that light. So plenty of light coverage is a good thing to have. We understand you're going to be doing something in the dark at some point, so why not have it? 2 air gaps with plexiglass. That will actually remove. At the back there's a L-shaped piece of aluminum with a couple screws you take out, slide those out, and then reinstall that. But that way, in these type of scenarios that we're dealing with today, you want to keep that weather, that cold air off of animals, so you can put that plexiglass in there. Get into the summer months where it gets hot, you can remove it very easily. You have 2 7,000-pound rubber torsion axles, electric brakes on this, 16-inch wheels. This one here is the steel wheels with caps on it. These are also nitrogen filled tires. So nitrogen filled means that PSI levels aren't going to fluctuate as drastically as air. They use them on airplanes. And that's a prime example of different altitudes, different temperatures. That's where PSI levels can fluctuate drastically. When you get into those situations with air, that's what can cause blowouts. Now, if you need to put nitrogen or air to these, if you have a slow leak or something like that, you can put air to it, you're totally fine. There's a misconception that people think, I can only put nitrogen in those tires. Well, once you get that replaced or fixed, whatever you need to, if you go to a tire shop that installs nitrogen in tires, they can go ahead and redo that for you. Now, as we get to the back of the trailer, this one here, we opted for 2 50-50 rear gates. There's a lot of different gate configurations we can do. We can do one solid gate. We can do a gate with a slider, this type of setup here. We prefer, when we're doing inventory pieces, to actually do no air gaps at the back of the trailer. And there's a reason why. If you live down a dirt road, gravel road, you'll understand. You go to the back of your vehicle and it's just covered in dust. What happens, the back of vehicles, back of trailers, is that air swirls and will actually try to go into the trailer itself. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to eliminate as much dust as we can, getting in the stall area. We don't want those animals breathing it, possibly causing respiratory issues. So we like to fill in the air gaps back here just to try to keep that away from the actual animals themselves. Maybe you're hauling toys, maybe you have horses or livestock, you want to put a rear ramp on this trailer. That can be done on as well. This is a bolt-on ramp that Logan does. We can order that in, For different colors, there might be a little bit more lead time. You know, typically right now we're seeing anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to get the ramp in, but we can do that if you'd prefer something like that. Now when we get into the stall area, again, you're gonna see that vortex lining throughout. Again, really strong, really durable, works as a great kick mat. They do this on their horse trailers as well. It's fantastic stuff. I actually think it deadens a lot of the noise. It's not as echoey in these trailers. I don't know if that's exactly a word, but it sounds good today. It's a little cold, so bear with me. You get a little bit more echo in here when you do have the plexiglass. Obviously, when that's out, it allows that noise to just escape. But I think the vortex lining has something to do with that, to be honest with you. This one here is going to have a center slam gate. It'll pin back. Now it mirrors the partition wall at the front of this stall area. Because we do this on a slant wall, this configuration, we like to set the gate the same way. This stall is a good size. This long wall is 21 feet. Again, it's 26 foot on the floor. We have a 5-foot short wall, so 21 foot on this long wall over here. This first stall, you can easily get 2 big saddled horses in this first stall. I mean, it is good size. They'll fit comfortably in here. Obviously, you can open it up and give them a little bit more room, but it is nice to have 2 compartments, just from the standpoint if you're needing to break some stuff up. And again, the slam latch for safety purposes. I'm big fan of slam latches, trying to keep us and animals safe. You get a little wheel well in the inside here because it is 7.3. That's one thing a lot of customers really like about these Logans. The standard width is a little bit wider than most manufacturers out there. They can go to 8 foot wide. That's your jump, 7.3 to 8 foot, and then you can go out to 8.4. Because of the plexiglass, one little issue that comes up is when you go to actually tie some horses up here, throwing a lead rope around these upright posts. You can't, because you can't get around the plexiglass. So Logan's gone in and put a tie rail the entire length, kind of between the 2 air gaps. So it's a nice height as far as being able to tie everybody up. There is one on the other side of the trailer too, so there is 2 of those tie rails, 1 on each side. Then you have your LED lights. Those are on a light switch as well, so you can turn on your exterior load lights, which there's one right up here, and then in your stall area as well. Last thing we want to talk about is this floor. This is a fantastic self-draining floor that Logan has done. This is on their standard models. So your Stockmans, your Riots, and then once you get into your Riot, as far as living quarters goes, you get this floor. This is fantastic because it's a self-draining floor. It's got a lot of grip to it, even when it gets wet. What happens is urine, other liquid, works its way through this porous rubber floor and out it goes. Now, urine and aluminum don't mix. So what happens is corrosion will happen over time with aluminum and urine. So what they've done, and they've got a nice little cutout right here for us to show you what I'm standing on. These are aluminum planks that run the length of this trailer. As you can see, they're cut on an angle, so there's a little air gap between each one of them. That will allow that urine or other moisture to work its way through this porous rubber top part of the floor, and out the trailer it goes. Very easy to clean up. You don't have to pull mats, which is a great feature in my opinion. Nobody wants to wrestle those things, especially if they are just covered in urine and manure and all that other good stuff. So you don't have to do that. You nose up the trailer a little bit, you come in through the escape door on driver's side, and you power wash it out. You muck out the solids first, but then you can just, again, it's a lot simpler just process than dealing with mats, pulling those out, cleaning it, and so forth. There's that exterior LED light that I was telling you about. So you have one on each side, one at the rear, and then you have your interior lights. So again, interior's on one switch, exterior's on another one, and then you have switches in the tack room separate for those as well. More tie rings. If you want to add more tie rings, that can be done. They can be added to every upright post. Then you have that escape door that I was mentioning a minute ago. Jumping into that first stall right there. And then the very last thing is we get up to this tack room. Again, same setup that we saw on the other side. The heavy duty door from Logan, the 4-tier blanket pole rack, the brush tray, and then the last piece is your swing out saddle rack. Again, 4-tier saddle pads on this. Again, you can remove 1, 2 if you want, mess with the configuration, but again, you've got the ability to carry 8 saddles on this trailer. So just a fantastic setup. Again, these guys have been so popular, the stock combos. We do this in a straight wall as well, which kind of squares up your stall area. So there's a lot of different things that we can do with these. Add-ons after the fact. We can help you out with any of that through our parts and service department. We do take trade-ins, so if you're looking to upgrade, even downsize, we can help you out with that. Financing's available, and we can look at possibly transporting it directly to you as well. I'm going to give you this stock number just for reference. Again, it's a 2023 Logan Coach stock combo, 26-foot, 5N211676. So if you have any questions, give us a call. Anyone on our sales team can help you out. That number is 303-684-3400. We appreciate you tuning in, and stay warm.